What's up everyone, my name is Sheldon and I'm a mechanical engineer for an aerospace company. I've been into cars pretty much my whole life, probably before elementary school. My dad's a mechanic, so I've been around cars like forever. My first car was this piece of junk Acura Integra. Car had no AC. I bought it the summer before my senior year of high school, and I don't know if you guys know, South Florida summers are just brutal. It's either like super hot or it's just like raining, and that's just, no AC just doesn't work out. So I sold that in a month and then picked up a IS300, probably had that for 3 months and then traded that for an S2000 and had that for like 5 years. And painted that Laguna Seca blue actually off the E46 M3. And then maybe 5 more cars later and 6 more years, picked up this 2016 M3. Yes, this is my first BMW. I've always wanted an M3. It's always been a dream car of mine, but coming from like Japanese cars, which I'm familiar with, it's just like scary. German cars are just really complicated and expensive to maintain. For the modifications, in the front, I have a assist Laptor front lip. Cool story about that is I bought it in Japan when I visited the shop in Kyoto. Super cool experience. They gave us a tour of the shop. Got to see all like the Euro cars, but with like Japanese style. It's awesome, it's my favorite thing. Got to see the race cars, got to try them out, sit in them, rev them. I got to see the Assist M4 race car, which is my favorite M4. Always idolized that car from the hot version videos. It's crazy fast. I ran a 57-second lap around Tsukuba circuit, and cool thing is it's 6-speed manual. Then for the sides, I have carbon splitters. The rear, I have Varis under tray with the Acura upper diffuser, and I have a 3D designed trunk lip spoiler. And for the interior, I have a Recaro RSG bucket seat, which is specific for the Japanese market. I have a custom armrest delete, which I made myself, titanium shift knob, Japanese style checkered floor mats, and M Performance V1 steering wheel and pedals. For the wheels, I have BBS Motorsports E88s. The wheels were a complicated situation because I have carbon ceramic brakes. And for those that don't know, a lot of 19s don't clear. They have to have a specific design inside the barrel. Yeah, didn't really want 20s. I prefer 19s or 18s. So I actually found out that these fit through a friend in California. He sold his set to a guy with the M3 CS with carbon ceramic brakes, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, I've never seen that before, and I didn't think they could fit. And I hit him up, and I found out what it took to run it. Required running a 5mm spacer, but with that, it was just too aggressive with the ride height, so I'd rub a lot. So I bought a 3mm, hoping maybe that could work. It didn't clear right away, but looking at the back side of the wheel, they're bolted from the back side, and there's a washer in between the bolt and the face, and it looked like just enough space for the 3mm to clear if I took out that spacer. So I ended up taking out the washer around both the front wheels, and it ended up clearing, so I'm thankful for that. All right, for the engine mods, I just have an AWE track exhaust and RK titanium intake. For future mods, definitely want to do downpipes and tune, as well as the crank hub, but I'm just waiting for warranty to run up. And I also plan on doing a Varis hood. Just want to do something different from the typical CS and GTS hoods around, and plus to keep with the JDM theme. Also want to do suspension mods, a lot of upgraded links and arms, as well as like a cage for the back, half roll cage for the back. I've always been a fan of M3s since growing up. They're just good looking cars, they're driver's cars, they're great on the track, great handling. The reason why I haven't pulled the trigger quickly is because I was always scared. You know, I like working on my own cars. German cars just scare me. They're just expensive to maintain and very complicated. Eventually, I did test drive one at the track, and it was absolutely amazing. Like, I knew I had to have one. I come from the Japanese car scene, so it is a little bit weird. I'm always into JDM cars. That's what I've always been around. But they just weren't offering, you know, cars that just were suited what I wanted, and manuals are phasing out. You know, save the manuals for sure. Luckily, BMW still kept the manual with the M3, and I did prefer the M3 over the M4 just for the styling. I think the rear looks better. It's just more practical. I'm into like sedans and wagons. Like, it's just cool to me. So M3 definitely fit everything I wanted. It's just did the research and finally pulled the trigger. When I'm done modifying the car, I think I will probably end up selling it. My heart really wants the E90 M3. I think the S65 engine is just like a masterpiece with the high redline V8. It sounds absolutely amazing. Definitely see myself getting into that. It's just, I feel like I'm more connected with that than the S55. Ideally, what would be cool is if I become rich, swap a S65 into this so you get the looks and the performance and good sound of the S65. So after I decided I really want an F80 M3, started a search for it, but I'm very particular and very picky. I wanted certain options like the carbon roof. Definitely needed to have a manual. DCT just is amazing on the track, but I just know, like, from my experience, I'll get bored of it. Definitely needed to have white or Yas Marina. White was my top choice just because, like, I feel like Yas Marina, I'll probably get tired of it if I've seen it so much. So I started looking. Took a while because manuals aren't very common for the F80. Took a few months. I did find one out in Tampa. It was just listed up for sale, and it was perfect. It fitted everything I wanted, and it was within my budget. So I called my boy, hit him up, I was like, yo, let's go to Tampa. We drove 4 hours over there, and we checked it out. The car was absolutely mint. It was like babied its whole life. The guy traded in because he had a divorce and picked up like a quart or something. Yeah, the car was just amazing, but it was missing a key. And the dealer didn't really disclose that, so I tried to talk them down. And after talking with the salesperson, he brought his manager out. They wouldn't budge on the price, and I just felt like I was being played just because, like, they knew I drove so far to check out the car, and it was on Sunday too, and they just wouldn't budge. So they're like, oh, someone else is trying to check out the car right now, and I didn't believe him because it was Sunday. Doubt anyone's gonna check out the car. So I just left. Chilled at a Starbucks to give some time, think it over. Decided to screw it. It's a good price. It's exactly what I wanted. I'm not gonna complain about like a $500 key. So I drove back, and they said the car's out on a test drive, and I was like, there's no way. Like, I didn't see anyone here. Like, the dealer's dead. So I didn't believe them, but whatever. I just left. They called back later and said the car got sold, and that just haunted me for a while. I just couldn't get over that. So I kept searching. A few months later, nothing. I started to get desperate. Started considering other options like sunroof or DCT, and I just couldn't do it. If I'm spending this much on a car, it's got to be perfect, exactly what I want. So a few more months pass, and 2016 Yas Marina pops up. Good price. It was a 2016, so it was a little bit newer with the LCI taillights. Immediately, I hit up my boys like, yo, let's go check this out. Check it out. The car was super clean. It ended up being fully loaded with every option checked out besides DCT, and it was absolutely perfect. So signed papers, got everything done, and it just felt surreal owning my dream car. Like, when that car came out, I knew I had to have it. Styling is amazing. Perfect driver's car. Only complaint is it doesn't sound that good. Not a fan of the fart noises, and the burbles are but performance is great. I do love the torque, the tech, and the styling. So the whole theme of the car that I wanted to go with was a JDM theme. Build the car with high quality, authentic Japanese parts. What sucks is on top of the M tax, there's the JDM tax, so the parts are just ridiculously expensive. They're a mission to find. So a lot of people do ask me why I have one seat in the car. The one bucket seat is like a Japanese style. What they normally run is like one bucket seat or a bucket seat and then like a matching aftermarket reclinable seat. I definitely want to track the car. I love being on the track. It's just a lot of fun, and it's an M car. I mean, cars were meant for the track. It'd be a waste not to. The only thing that's really holding me back right now is the brakes. The carbon ceramic brakes, if you guys don't know, are ridiculously expensive. It's like 14 grand just for the rotors. Yeah, I can't afford that. Definitely trying to figure out my options, either go like aftermarket or go with the stock blue brakes with like some aggressive pads. I do want to add the suspension, upgrade the suspension. I want to add upgraded camber plates, links, arms. I do want to add a half cage for the rear and then run harnesses. That's really it. My name is Sheldon, and my Instagram handle is @I'mNotJohnnyTran. I'd like to thank BMW Invasion for taking their time out on this nice Saturday to spend time doing this. Euromotive Performance for allowing us to use this beautiful and clean shop. Takanawa-san from Assist for hooking me up and always looking out for me for the parts. Justin from Auto Talent for always taking my money. And Nax from Fortune Minds Garage for always taking care of my alignments and mounting my tires, because I do that a lot.
Excellent. All right, cool. The wrap.
Nice. Oh, I got a wedgie.
All right, you want beauty shots in here? Or?